Hello and welcome to behind the scenes of our fan-made Mirror's Edge gameplay video. Link is right here if you haven't seen it yet, so go check it out and then come back here to see the behind the scenes if you're interested. And we're going to cover a couple topics such as how we filmed, where we filmed, some of the basic special effects, and things like that. Well, the film location was in Madison, Wisconsin, United States. Right now it's winter here, so we can't quite film anymore. But that's our film location. If there's anybody that wants to be in any of our videos, just send me a YouTube message and we'll see if we can set something up. Next question we get asked a lot is how we filmed. Well, we actually used a GoPro Hero 2 camera and we just put it on our head and we just start recording. And we kind of lowered it down a little bit, so it's kind of hard to run and do jumps with this on your face. And then we just have our hands in front of it for grip, because we know we're going to be climbing buildings and stuff. I brought gloves. These are actually gloves I use for when I do windsurfing, so they're very handy for grip and things like that. The settings we put were 60 frames per second at 720p. The reason why we were going to do 60 frames per second is we were going to do something called motion interpolation. I kind of know how to do it. My friend is a better expert at it than me. So link is right here in his channel. He did a lot of the special effects. You can go ask him about some of the stuff. I'm going to cover special effects I worked on. You can always send him a message. He loves to interact with his fans as much as I do. He did the effects with the blood hit, glass breaking, and motion interpolation. In my behind the scenes, I'm going to talk about the special effects I worked on. I did the tracer rounds, spark hits, bullet holes, and of course, both of us worked a lot on audio. Audio can make a huge difference when doing a video like this, considering the GoPro camera does not have very good mic. And the other effect was that little achievement that pops up on the screen at the end. Now we know the game Mirror's Edge is all about the flow of the city, the flow of the map, and you're always talking about the flow for your running routes. Before we start rolling the camera, we always try and set up a route so we would meet at certain locations together at the same time to hand off the movie prop or whatever was going on.
Aww.
There was actually one tricky part that I couldn't quite fit into the final version, but my friend hands off a bag to me and he runs all the way around a building while I run all the way around this side of the building and through some construction, and then we meet up right at the same time to knock out my friend Han. No, that is not Freddie W. He's in a lot of videos of mine. Usually ends up dying or getting injured or something like that. But yeah, that's not Freddie W. too. Don't go around saying all Freddie W's look alike. So alright, so now let's focus on my computer and talk about the special effects that I did in the video.
The program I use to do most of the editing is Final Cut Express. To do slow motion, we used Adobe After Effects CS5 and did motion interpolation with that. But for the most part, we can do the whole thing in Final Cut Express. So the first effect I'm going to go over is the tracer round. What we did is we basically had a picture, a .png file, and we put it in place on the screen. Since the camera is going to be all shaky and everything as you're running, we just did it frame by frame. Here I have the tracer round just on 3 frames. The spark itself came from Action Essentials 2. We used one of the firecracker ones or something like that. Just pick one that you like. The bullet hole is the same thing. It's a .png file with a clear background. And we color corrected it to make it look like it's blending in with the environment as well. We also stretched it and elongated it because, as you can see, the camera angle on it changes. We did those little effects frame by frame. Now the other effect is the achievement that pops up. Basically what we did is find an animation on YouTube that someone made, and we downloaded the YouTube video and modified it for our needs. We also made up our own sound effect for it. Like I said earlier, we filmed using a GoPro camera, so the audio quality is not as good as it could be. So we spent a lot of work in the audio. Here are some video segments with and without audio modification. So if you are interested in learning how to use Final Cut Express or Final Cut Pro, I just uploaded a tutorial series beginner's guide for it, and I plan on making tutorials for it. If you don't have Final Cut Express, I also have iMovie tutorials, so check those out. If you want to see the full video, again, here's the link, and here's my friend's version as well. So thanks for checking out behind the scenes, and if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments below. See you guys next time.